Hi everyone, we're back with steps 7 and 8. Motzi matzah are combined together. We bless and then we ingest the holy humility of matzah into our being. And our sages correlate matzah with manna, the bread from heaven that fell in the desert to feed our ancestors. And it represented complete nourishment. And matzah is known as the bread of faith. Actually, the Zohar says that when we eat matzah on the first night of the Seder, it is the bread of faith. And the second night of the Seder, the matzah is the bread of healing. The Alter Rebbe declared this in the name of the Zohar. And it's interesting that bread of faith comes before bread of healing. You'd think it was the other way around. So the Alter Rebbe's son, the Mittler Rebbe, explained this and said that when we are sick and Hashem heals us, we thank God. So that would be if healing comes before faith, right? We're sick and we recover, we realize Hashem helped us and we thank God. But it's the reverse. Our faith is so deep that the bread of faith comes first. And that means we were never sick to begin with. The healing is a derivative of our faith. We don't even feel separated. We don't feel sick because our faith is so pure and whole. So when we eat the bread of faith, it is the source of our faith for the entire year. Many have the custom of not speaking while they ingest the matzah to really contemplate the sparks of faith that is ingesting into them. And also to have in mind healing, both physical and spiritual healing that you need and others need for the whole year. Kabbalistic thought shares that matzah represents bittul because matzah is flat and humble. Unlike wine, which we also drink at the Seder table, which is full of flavor and full of taste, matzah helps us return to that very flat, humble state where we can truly receive. And Nisan is a month of receiving. It's more of a feminine month of being an open container to allow the blessings to come down. Sometimes we get in the way of our own blessings. There's a shefa, there's an abundance of downward godly energy from above. And the more we become like matzah, removing our ego and our stuckness out of the way, we're able to receive all of the blessings. So we don't eat anything that is rising. Chametz represents anything that rises. It's our ego, it's our arrogance that inflates and gets in the way of us and our relationships. So during Pesach, it is a cleanse of the ego. But of course, we need a healthy sense of ego to live in this world and to do our mission. So Pesach, we get rid of it. But just like any cleanse or any diet, we have to reintegrate the chametz. We have to reintegrate the ego slowly and in a rectified, healthy way. And that's why after Pesach comes the counting of the Omer, the barley offering, which is chametz, when we're building our sense of egos, our vessels. And then at Shavuos, at the giving of the Torah, it's actually a mitzvah to eat loaves of bread. So by then, we should have a healthy sense of ego. But the humbleness, the cleanse begins here at Motzi Matzah. Interestingly, we have 3 matzahs on the Seder. Some people have the custom of having 2, but Hasidic thought is 3, and that's because the 3 matzahs represent the intellectual faculties, Chachma, Bina, and Das, the 3 mental sfirot. And Das is at the very bottom, the bottom matzah, and this is an integration of opposites, an integration of the right and the left, of the kindness and the severity, of the insight and the breaking it down. It integrates the intellectual faculties into the emotional, energetic body. And so that's why we have 3 matzahs on the table. One more insight I wanted to share is that motzi matzah means matzah dries out. It dries out our selfish desires. It takes out any of the ego and the negativity that we have built up over the year. So the more matzah we eat with focus and mindfulness, the more faith and healing we will have throughout the whole year. So enjoy your matzah and stay tuned for the next stage.